And today we are looking at a scenario where the Chicxulub Meteor dominates the Earth. Now, you may find out that this recording, like this sound recording, is gonna be a little weirder, like a little more. It's gonna be a little more lower quality, and that's because I am not recording on my headphones. I am recording on normally on my laptop speakers. The first thing we are gonna see is that this Romanian team, they are gonna expand by quite a lot. Obviously, here are the Carpathian Mountains, something like that. So they will go around them, and they will look eventually something like that. But they will eventually they eventually look something like this. We don't see the light blue team. They expand, and and as you can see, they cannot expand anymore into the Balkans. Uh, they are all, you know, they are all like filled up. Yeah, filled up. So they will go into the Alp a little bit. And in the last episode, we have seen many states right here. They are forming. Obviously, they have many exclaves, like this team has an exclave here, and this orange team has an exclave here, and that's big. And this team, for example, has an exclave here, this team has exclave here, yeah, and that's because they're in an HRE HRE type of country or union. And the union is called the Dinosaur Sicily Empire. Obviously, because they think they are the sole, they think they are the only, what do you call it? They think they are the successors of the Sicilian Red Country, at least the warriorish one, because this one they are more of a democracy right now, yeah? They are a democracy now. And these guys, they think that they are like the successors. So this is how how this is gonna look like. As you can see, this orange area is where the HRSE is. Now, I'm not gonna have the layer on all of the time, I think. I'm gonna have it off like 90% of the time. But sometimes I'm gonna have it on. The first thing we are now gonna see is this blue team's expansion. This blue team, they are pretty strong, and they then start uh, bordering, like, they didn't start just expanding, like this. This drop team. Go there. And they also expand a little here. Mm, yeah, a little. And we didn't see the pink, like salmon Swedish team. They also expand. Now just going by the coast because it's getting a lot cold. What? It's getting very cold. Yeah, that, not a lot cold. That was dumb. Now, what we are gonna see is probably the biggest thing since the Lebanese Sicilian War, and that is the collapse of this. Or not collapse, it's something like with the USSR, where they peacefully disassemble. This Welsh team, they are gonna get their independence and they're gonna have this color. Actually, no, that's too much. Yeah, this color. Sweden, that's Scotland. There are not gonna be actually entire Scotland because the Celtics they wanna keep this part. It's the most civilized, I guess, and they have put a lot of money into it and they won it, which is understandable, of course. Uh, and so the Scottish team they are gonna look something like this. I'm gonna use the recolor tool because you know I'm in this treaty here. We can see that Crimea they are pushed here into the mm, I guess not colonies, but like you get a point. I mean, they get pushed into here into I think that's not Romania, Ukraine, yeah, yeah. Ignore my cat. He's really hungry. I'm gonna feed him in a minute. This Romanian country, they again expand and they now border the orange country. I guess the orange Crimean, the orange Ukrainian country. We now go back to here and we see a country forming here in Leningrad, Stalingrad, whatever you call it. It's gonna be this grayish country, and they're gonna form around here. They're gonna border the lake, and they just happily live. They eventually surround the lake, and they are happy. They eventually do something like this. We are now gonna move to the Celtics. We then see some expansion from the Leningradese, I guess, country over here. They will just go along the coast, because it's cold here, and we see them actually making contact with Sweden right here on island. Both of them claim this island, so they decide to they both claim island as their own. So they start sharing it between them. Yeah, like 1 year it's Swedenese, the other it's Leningradese. We also see them go around here in Estonia. They eventually take all of Estonia and these islands. They also take this. We then see the Crimean country. They also make some expansion. Now they are going around the. Now they are going into the Caucasus, and they take all of this land. And many people from here, from the Crimean country, will migrate, and they eventually get here to the Aral, 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 Aral Sea, and they establish a country here, and it's gonna be this uh light blue country. They are gonna be surrounding the Arab or Aral. I think it's the Arab Sea. Yeah, well, they surround it, whatever is its name, and they eventually try to get to the Caspian Sea, and they are successful. And no one knows about the Caspian Sea. They do. No one else does, though. We then see the Lime team. They also start taking some land, and mainly here in Caucasia. I don't know what is the name of it. I think it's Caucasia, one of the two. We also see the Pink Country. They also now sneak around the Persian Gulf, and they then look something like this. We then see the Lebanese team. They expand by a massive amount, massive, and that's gonna be all the way to like I think somewhere here is Mecca. The holy city of Islam, Islam, and that's definitely a goal. They said to themselves, if we can do it, if we can't do it in Africa, why don't we do it here in Asia? Smart, very smart. We see many refugees or like migrants from the red country here, and they are gonna establish a country right here. It's gonna be this very, very light blue country, and they're gonna look something like this. And we then see the black team, or like the black Lebanese team. They eventually land here on Africa again. They think this is an entire different continent from here, from North Africa, because this is just desert. This is, I think, here's Eritrea, and there's a lot of jungles, and obviously there in North Africa is the deserts, and it's interesting. We then see the Somali team. They take I think this island's name is Elba, and they also sneak around the coast a little. What is this? I don't want it. No, I don't want it. What? No, I don't. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Okay, that was weird. Well, the Somalis, say the same. The Somalian. Why did I just? Why did I just sound so weird? Well, the Somalian country, again they expand a little, and we then see the Serbian country, they then also expand. We then see our first war of this episode happening, and that's gonna be between the Bulgarians and the Serbs, actually. And that's after the Bulgarians, they they start thinking that the Danube, they should follow the Danube, the Danube. But the Serbian country, they want it all. As as you know, the Danube goes something like this, yeah. And and Bulgaria, they think they should get all of this land right here because it's under the Danube and they are also under the Danube. And it's obviously dumb. It's obviously not gonna work out. So Serbia disagrees and they go to war with each other. We see the Serbian country, they start pushing in or around the Danube. There's obviously a lot of agriculture and trade around the Danube, so they take it all and but and they almost siege the city. But Bulgaria, they have one commander. He's very skilled. His name is Sevastok, and Sevastok, he's very very skilled. As I said, I don't know why I just said that twice. Well, he is gonna start pushing here into Macedonia. And just to know, I make all of my Bulgarian viewers very happy, as they now have, Bulgaria, as they now have Macedonia. They eventually get here, and they almost encircle these troops. There's like 90% of the Serbian troops right here in the Danube River. But the Serbs, they are just superior in almost everything. So they take all of this land back and even this city. And we didn't see Lime Anatolia joining the war. And in that regard, we see Greece taking part in this war. Lime Anatolia goes for Serbia and Macedonia goes for Bulgaria. So yeah, Lime Anatolia, they start they start invading here into Bulgaria because they still think it's their colony, their rightful colony, and we see them taking this city and basically almost seizing the capital city. But Greece here, they are obviously not gonna let that slide because they are fighting for Bulgaria. So they start. That's the wrong color. So they start. Uh, so they start invading here into Lime Anatolia. Very weird, I gotta say. Very, very weird. And they eventually land on Rhodes and here on Anatolia. I'm gonna get over. They land on the routes and here on this and here in Moldova. We didn't see Serbia. They successfully kick everyone out of here, out of Macedonia, because Bulgaria is getting gang banged. But and they even start pushing into Greece, which is big because they start pushing into Greece and they are trying to take their coast and it succeeds almost. They basically start to spearhead and they almost siege the capital. They are in like the suburbs. If I disable the layer, you can see that they are in the suburbs of the city. And that's when mhm, the Greeks and the Bulgarians surrender. Here is this treaty. This peace treaty, we can see many things happen, like Lemon between someone from Bulgaria, but losing some lands to Greece right here. Greece also takes roads and this small Anatolian land, and Serbia takes the most, I think. They take all of this massive province here with a major city. They take a province here, and they have established a puppet state right here. So that was definitely a large war. If you like the video, like, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you sometime later. Bye.